Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing something really special, looking into a listener's family history. It's quite an extraordinary collection of stories, questions, spanning generations.
It really is. We've got personal histories, spiritual questions.
Yeah.
It's not just a family tree.
No, definitely not. It feels more like exploring cause and effect, maybe even past lives,
Yeah,
the whole web of karma.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is how these, well, seemingly unconnected events actually link up. They form this profound narrative.
Right. So our mission today is to pull out the key insights from these accounts. Sort of a shortcut to understanding how actions and destiny connect in surprising ways.
Let's dive in.
Okay, let's unpack this. We start with your grandfather, the listener's paternal grandfather.
Okay.
A government official, a Ka Luang, working back in Field Marshal Pipupul Songkram's time.
A significant era. And the sources paint him as quite a figure.
They really do. Foresight, decisiveness, patience, and really strong honesty. He rose from district official all the way up to provincial governor of Nakhon Pathom.
Quite a career path. Based on merit.
Yes. And his career had this really dramatic moment involving a bandit known as Tiger Fad, Suafad.
Ah, yes, notorious. Apparently terrorized the area.
And the grandfather ordered his execution. It was set to happen at the Phra Pathom Chedi, the historic stupa.
But the execution itself? Well, it wasn't straightforward, was it?
Not at all. The executioner, even with a sharp blade, just couldn't do it.
Couldn't sever the head. Struck multiple times, apparently.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't cut. So what was going on there?
Well, according to the information we have, the bandit had magical protection, something called a covered blade technique.
Like an invisible shield.
Sort of, yeah. And also skin immunity, making his body, repel the weapon.
Wow. Okay, so how did they overcome that?
This is the surprising part. They placed a woman's sarong, a cut malkan, over Tiger Fad's head.
A piece of clothing.
Yes. And that apparently neutralized his protective magic. The execution then succeeded.
Incredible. But then there's the grandfather's own story. His death. He had a premonition.
He did. He predicted he wouldn't live to see his 70th birthday.
And he died just one day before. That's quite specific.
It is. And it connects back, interestingly. The grandfather and Tiger Fad, they had no prior karmic link. The execution was just duty.
Okay, so not revenge or anything from a past life.
Correct. The premonition itself, well, that wasn't random either. It seems to have come from his own accumulated merits.
From his honest work and his Buddhist practice.
Exactly. Those good deeds sort of subtly informed him, gave him an awareness of his lifespan's end. It shows the power of that accumulated good.
And what happened to him after he passed?
He was reborn as a high-ranking deity, a male Kamhanda deity in the Katumaharajika heaven.
One of the heavenly realms. So his virtuous life led to a good rebirth.
A very good rebirth, yes, reflecting his status and his merits.
Okay, let's shift focus now to his wife, your grandmother. A very different kind of strength, it seems. Deeply spiritual.
Yes, after her husband passed away, she really embraced temple life.
And she brought the whole family along, didn't she? Children, grandchildren, instilling that faith from a young age.
A strong foundation. And she made a rather unique contribution at one particular Buddhist center for the Chakapatihan Tamaklon III.
Oh yeah, this was interesting, her focus on cleanliness, especially the restrooms.
Ahead of her time, really. Predating Singapore's famous restroom college, as the notes mention.
It shows a real practical devotion, doesn't it? Respect for the space.
Absolutely. And her spiritual life had depth, too. She claims she could see her subtle body,
Yes,
the kalkat, the ethereal form. And is that considered genuine?
Yes, the information confirms it as a genuine experience for her, and she was incredibly disciplined, keeping the 8 precepts.
Those are the advanced vows for lay people, right? Even when she was old and frail.
Even then, the merit from observing those precepts is considered very profound.
Leading to benefits like good physical form, wealth, character. Yes, perfections in those areas, and even in renunciation. It's also noted that such strong merit could potentially lead to a male rebirth in a future life, if that was her aspiration.
But she passed away relatively young, at 59, from heart failure. Why was that, given her devotion?
Well, this brings us back to karma from past lives. It raises that important question, doesn't it? How past actions play out.
So, what was the cause?
In a previous life, she apparently overworked people, specifically slaves and also animals, didn't give them enough rest.
Denying rest, leading to heart problems in this life.
That's the connection drawn here. The karmic consequence of causing that kind of strain and exhaustion manifested as her own heart condition.
I see. But her afterlife was still positive.
Very positive. Because of her strong merits in this life, her devotion, she was reborn as a diva, a goddess,
Whereabouts?
into disciplinary heaven, or Tisita. And specifically in a special upper sector, the supply zone, which signifies a strong connection to the master, Wangpu, and his disciples.
Okay, now let's turn to a different grandfather. A really fascinating figure with a diverse background.
Yes, quite the intellect. Started as a monk, became a Mahaparyan, a high Pali scholar.
And wrote an award-winning children's book on Iddhipada 4, The Basis for Spiritual Power. That became a textbook.
That's right. Then he shifted completely.
Yeah.
Law professor at Thammasat University, a lawyer.
And then an MP, a member of parliament for Semet Zakhan. A life dedicated to public service in many forms.
Indeed. But his story ends with a mystery, a chilling one.
His disappearance, March 24th, 1954. He just left home for a meeting, a funeral.
And was never seen again.
Vanished.
Declared legally missing after 8 years. Imagine the distress for the family.
Terrible uncertainty.
Yeah.
The sources actually shed light on what happened.
They do? What was it?
He was kidnapped and killed. Political opponents.
Oh, wow. So that's what happened. What about his spirit?
Initially, yes, his spirit lingered near home. Confused, disoriented, couldn't communicate.
That sounds frightening.
It must have been. But eventually, after his family made merits for him. Yes.
He was able to remember his own past good deeds, and that allowed him to move on. He was reborn as a human.
So he got another chance at life. But the impact on his wife, the grandmother, during those 8 years.
Profound hardship, especially financially, unable to access assets because he wasn't declared dead, just missing.
Was there a karmic reason for her specific struggle?
Yes, there was. In a past life, she had made merits, done good deeds, but then later regretted making them.
Regretted them. How does that work?
It shows that the mindset after the act matters. Regret can kind of diminish or block the positive results of the merit. It created a restriction for her in this life.
That's a really important point. And she also died young, 59, heart failure.
Yes, and her karma for that was different. In a past life, she had repeatedly ordered the slaughter of large animals for big feasts.
Ah, the taking of life.
Leading to that specific health outcome. After she passed, she was reborn as an ordinary Bhumadeva, an earth deity.
And did the merits help her then?
Significantly, yes. Once her family dedicated merits to her, her condition as a Bhumadeva improved quite a lot.
Okay, let's move to the next generation. Your mother, described as quiet, kind, and very devoted to Wat Phara Dhammakaya.
A very dedicated supporter, it seems, making significant donations.
Land, temple construction, scriptures, and over 100 of those Dhammakaya Satya images. That's substantial.
It shows deep faith and generosity.
But despite this, she's faced really serious health issues. A blood infection back in '99, then paralysis, a virus attacking her spinal nerves so she couldn't walk,
Devastating.
and then in 2002, almost fatal respiratory problems because her breathing muscles were weakened.
Just one thing after another. It's remarkable she survived.
It really is, and there was a peculiar dream her son had during one critical time. Seeing a man in a red loincloth pushing her bed.
Yes, that's mentioned. We'll get to what that might mean.
And her current situation. At 74, still paralyzed, needs help eating, but mentally sharp.
Yes, her mind is clear, and she stays connected spiritually, watching DMC, the Dhammakaya channel, daily.
So what's the karmic background for these severe illnesses, especially the paralysis and breathing issues?
Again, it traces back to a past life. She was a wealthy landowner,
Okay.
and in that role, she ordered many animals to be tied up, restrained, and then sent off for sale or for slaughter.
Ah,
That.
causing suffering, restricting movement, tying them up.
Exactly. That karma of restricting others, causing that suffering, manifested as her own physical restrictions and suffering in this life.
But she survived those near-death experiences. Why?
That was the power of her merits kicking in, her own extensive Buddhist merits from this life, her public charity work.
And the merits the children made for her.
Yes, combined with the merits her children dedicated specifically for her well-being, especially merits made with the Sangha, the monastic community. It created a powerful protective force.
That really underscores how potent good deeds can be, especially when focused.
Absolutely. It can literally save a life.
And the dream, the man in the red loincloth.
That's interpreted as a siddha nivarana. Basically, a mental hindrance, an illusion created by the mind during that stressful time.
So not a real entity or a bad omen.
No, not a messenger of death or anything like that, just the mind playing tricks under duress.
Okay, good to clarify. Now let's turn to you, the listener. Your own health journey. Healthy. Then at 23, smallpox.
Yes, followed shortly after by something quite severe.
Bloody diarrhea and vomiting leading to fainting. Significant weight loss. Sounds awful.
Indeed. So two distinct issues here. The smallpox,
What's the karma for that, generally?
often linked to past karma of killing small creatures. Things like mosquitoes, insects, minor acts of taking life, but they accumulate.
Right, and the second, more severe illness, the vomiting and diarrhea.
That stems from a specific incident in a past life. You, the listener, were involved in an argument.
Okay.
And during that argument, you poisoned the other person. Used a substance like Solord, something causing extreme laxative effects, violent gastrointestinal distress.
Wow, so poisoning someone in the past led to similar symptoms in this life.
A direct karmic reflection. The body experiencing what was inflicted on another raises that question about how actions circle back, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Now, you also shared a very vivid dream you had.
After your mother made merits, specifically the Dhammakaya Satya images, for ancestors.
Yes. In the dream, you saw your deceased grandmother and great-grandmother. They looked unwell.
Tattered clothes, covered in wounds, and they didn't initially seem aware that merits had been made for them.
Right, but then in the dream, you held their hands, told them to recall the Buddha images.
And what happened then?
An immediate transformation. Clothes became bright, wounds healed, their bodies glowed, and they floated upwards. A very clear improvement.
Okay, so regarding the dream itself, like the mother's dream, it's classified as Siddha Nivarana, a mental illusion.
So not a literal vision.
Not a literal window into the afterlife, no. However, the message within the dream is true.
Meaning?
Meaning your ancestors who were Bhumadeva, earth deities, living nearby in the same village, so to speak, they did receive the merits.
Ah, so the merits reached them and helped them, even if the dream was just a reflection of that process in your mind.
Precisely. It shows how vital dedicating merits is. It really can elevate the condition of departed loved ones.
Okay, moving to other family incidents. Your sister's accident in 1980, hit by a car.
Yes, a head injury, broken toe. And the initial medical assessment wasn't accurate.
No, they seemed dismissive, but then her condition got worse. Turned out she had a broken neck wing bone. Needed a full body cast, long treatment.
A serious injury. And this happened very close to your own accident, didn't it?
Just 16 days apart. So her accident, karmically speaking.
It stemmed from her own individual karma. Similar roots to the mother's karma, tying up animals, but less severe in consequence.
So the same kind of action, but maybe on a smaller scale in the past?
Likely, yes, showing that the degree of karma varies.
And then your accident, just over 2 weeks later, stepping on a bad plank of wood.
Which sprang up and hit you violently in the face.
Broke my nose, caused breathing problems. So what does this all mean? What's the connection there?
This one is quite direct. In a past life, as a child, you playfully pushed a friend.
Just playing around.
Yes, but the friend fell and broke their nose as a result of your push.
Oh, so that childhood act.
Manifested directly as this accident where your nose was broken. Even seemingly innocent actions, especially if they cause harm, can have karmic consequences later on.
That's quite a lesson. Okay, finally, let's talk about the youngest family member mentioned, the 7-year-old niece.
Described as cute, but with these concerning violent outbursts.
Yes, frequently threatening to shoot herself, mimicking the action, understandably worrying for the family.
Very worrying. But the good news here, according to the analysis, is that this is not related to past life karma of suicide.
Oh, that's a relief. So what is it?
It's seen as a direct imitation. She's been exposed to negative media, dark or gray media as it's termed here. Movies, shows, maybe games.
And she's just copying what she sees.
Exactly. Children are very impressionable. The solution proposed is actually quite straightforward.
Which is?
Change the input. Expose her to positive white media, like the DMC channel. Encourage her to make merit, even small things. Help her connect with goodness from a young age.
So, replacing the negative influence with positive ones to shift her behavior patterns.
Precisely. Nurture the positive inclinations.
Now, looking at the bigger picture, the family connections, there's a shared history.
Yes, it seems your mother's sister, you, and your younger brother all have a past connection as provisioning troops. Kongsabbing.
Meaning you supported the Sangha, the monks, in past lives, provided supplies.
That's the idea. A shared history of supporting the spiritual path through practical means. A strong collective merit.
And the bond between you and your mother, her wanting you close, is that from the past?
Interestingly, no. The sources clarify it stems from this life, specifically the excellent care you've provided her during her long illness.
So it's a present-day connection born out of compassion and care, not an old vow.
Correct. No past vows or agreements mentioned there. It's the strength of your current actions building that bond.
So looking forward, what's the guidance for the family?
Keep doing what you're doing, essentially. Continue making merits fully in all areas, giving, precepts, medication. Actively shape that positive future.
Consistency is key.
It is. And there's a specific aspiration encouraged.
Which is?
When dedicating merits, aspire to be reborn in Dusapuri to see to heaven. Specifically, the special zone where the bodhisattvas, the future Buddhas, reside.
To continue following the path, like the devout grandmother.
Exactly. To stay connected with the Master and the Sangha, to continue the journey towards enlightenment in the best possible place. It really makes you think, what destiny will you choose to create?
Yeah, it really does. This whole deep dive has been incredible, seeing how actions, big or small, ripple through time across generations.
It paints such a clear picture of the law of karma, doesn't it? Intricate, yes, but perfectly just. And it highlights that understanding this knowledge is valuable, but applying it, that's where the real power lies.
Absolutely. So, for everyone listening, maybe the final thought is this. What small things are you doing today? What seeds are you planting that might shape your future, or even the future of those who come after you in ways you can't even imagine right now?
It reminds us we all hold this profound responsibility and this power to shape our own journey.